I'm sitting in a sports bar at 7:15 p.m. on a Wednesday, and my date just told me I should smile more. The kicker? I was smiling when she said it. This is my life now. This is what happens when you try to crawl back into the dating scene after your wife decides that her yoga instructor understands her chakras better than you ever could. Apparently, nothing says spiritual connection like synchronized downward dogs and matching meditation apps. I should have stayed home with my dog, Bear. At least he doesn't critique my facial expressions. Let me back up. My name's Mike, I'm 38, and 6 months ago my marriage exploded like an engine with no oil. Messy, loud, expensive to fix. Except I'm not fixing it. I'm in the scrapyard, trying to figure out what parts of me still work. The divorce was final 3 months ago. My buddy James said I needed to get back out there. He made it sound like I was a boxer that just needed to shake off a knockout. But here's the thing about getting knocked down. You remember exactly how hard the canvas is. My ex, Jennifer, Jen to her friends, the plaintiff to my lawyer, left me with half our savings, a one-bedroom apartment that echoes when I walk through it, and the kind of trust issues that would make a paranoid look reasonable. She also left me with the dog, which she claimed to love, but apparently not enough to actually keep. So when James set me up with his wife's friend from book club, I said yes. Because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to move on. You're supposed to be brave. You're supposed to sit across from a woman named Amber who thinks unsolicited life advice is being helpful. So, Amber says, sipping her Cosmopolitan like she's in a commercial, James mentioned you just got divorced. Nothing like jumping straight into the good stuff. Yeah, I say, rotating my beer bottle on the coaster. Few months ago. That's rough. She tilts her head like I'm a sad puppy at the shelter. My friend went through one last year. Her ex was such a narcissist, total nightmare. I nod with my mouth shut, the nod you give when you want to leave, but you're in public. So what happened with yours? She asks. And there it is. The question. The one everyone wants to ask, but most people have the decency to dance around for at least 20 minutes. I could tell her the truth. I could explain how I came home early from my shift. I'm a welder at a fabrication shop, by the way, which means I know how to take heat without breaking, and found a strange car in our driveway. How I heard sounds from our bedroom. How I stood there for 30 seconds trying to convince myself she was doing an online yoga class. She wasn't doing an online yoga class. Just didn't work out, I say instead. People change. Amber nods like she understands, but her eyes are already scanning the room. She doesn't actually want to know. She wants to check the showed sympathy box so she can move on to whatever her actual agenda is. I know this because she's already launching into a story about her own ex-boyfriend. I zone out halfway through. Something about him not being emotionally available and how she's done settling. When she finally takes a breath, I check my phone like I got a text. Sorry, might be work. We have a big project. On a Wednesday night? She gives me a look. Come on, one more drink. You need to loosen up. Loosen up. Like I'm a seized bolt. Like I just need some heat and penetrating oil. I stand up. I need to hit the restroom. In the bathroom, I stare at myself in the mirror. My shirt is clean. I ironed it, which felt like a major accomplishment. My beard is trimmed. I showered. I look fine. I look dateable. I look like someone who has their shit together. I look like a liar. My phone buzzes for real this time. James. How's it going? She's great, right? I type back. She told me to smile more. 3 dots appear. Then, yikes, want me to call with an emergency? I almost say yes, but then I look at myself again. At my clean shirt. At my trimmed beard. I didn't iron a shirt to run away. I walked through fire when Jen left. I survived lawyers and dividing up 10 years of shared stuff, and my dad saying plenty of fish in the sea like that was helpful. I survived my coworkers' awkward silences and the friends who slowly stopped inviting me to game nights. I can survive one bad date. I walk back to the table. Amber is taking a selfie, not even pretending to wait for me politely. Listen? I say, still standing. This isn't going to work out. She looks up surprised. Excuse me? This date? I gesture between us. Not happening. Are you serious? She actually looks offended. We just got here. You've been telling me what's wrong with me since I sat down. That's not exactly a foundation for anything. I was just trying to help. I didn't ask for help. I pull out my wallet and drop $30 on the table. For my beer and your drink, have a nice night, Amber. I walk out of that sports bar with my head up and my shirt still pressed. It's not until I'm in my truck that I realize my hands are shaking. James shows up at my apartment with pizza and a six-pack. "I'm sorry, man," he says, already opening beers before I even get plates. "Sarah said Amber was cool. I didn't know she was like that." "It's not your fault." I take the beer, straight from the bottle, because adult life is chaos and I gave Jen all the nice glasses. "I'm just not ready." "You are ready." James settles onto my couch, the one I bought after the divorce because Jen took our old one. "You just picked wrong." Story of my life. He gives me the look, the one that says we're not doing this. James has been my best friend since high school. He held my head above water when I got dumped by my prom date. He was my best man. He helped me load Jen's stuff into the moving truck and didn't say, "I told you so," even though he'd warned me she was spending too much time at that yoga studio. "You want to know what your problem is?" he asks. "I'm sure you're going to tell me. You're going in expecting it to fail. You're looking for the exit before you even sit down." I stare at my beer. He's not wrong. The whole date with Amber, I was just waiting for it to blow up, looking for red flags, treating her like a weld I needed to inspect for cracks. "Of course I'm expecting it to fail," I say. "Look what happened last time. Jen was an idiot who didn't deserve you. Jen was my wife for 10 years, and she threw it away." James bites into his pizza with more aggression than necessary. "That's on her, not you." But that's the thing nobody tells you about divorce. It doesn't matter whose fault it was. You still feel like a failure, like you're a machine that got scrapped because something critical didn't work right. "I don't know if I can do this," I admit. The dating thing, putting myself out there, trusting someone again. James reaches over and claps my shoulder. "Then don't, not yet, not until you're ready." "When will I be ready?" "When you stop thinking of yourself as broken." I laugh, but it comes out bitter. "That could take a while." He stays until midnight. We drink too much beer and eat all the pizza and watch an action movie that would have annoyed Jen. Now I just feel numb watching the explosions. After he leaves, I sit in the quiet apartment. Bear jumps onto the couch next to me, his head on my lap. "At least you're loyal," I tell him. His tail thumps once, then he farts and jumps down. Perfect. 2 weeks pass. I delete the dating app James convinced me to download. I focus on work. I pick up overtime. I finally fix the leaky faucet I've been meaning to fix for months. I'm fine alone. I tell myself this every day. I don't need someone. I'm complete by myself. It's a good lie. Almost convincing. Then I run into Jen at Home Depot. Of course it's Home Depot. Of course I'm wearing work clothes covered in metal dust. Of course she looks good, glowing, peaceful, wearing overpriced athleisure. Of course she's with him, the yoga instructor. Trevor. He's wearing pants that probably cost more than my truck payment and has a man bun that looks like it takes more effort than my entire morning routine. I'm holding a pack of grinding wheels. "Mike?" Jen sees me first. She has the decency to look uncomfortable. Hey, my voice comes out steady, points for me. Trevor smiles. It's a genuine smile, which somehow makes it worse. "You must be Mike. Jen's told me so much about you." I doubt that, but I nod. All good things, I'm sure. Jen shifts her weight. "How are you doing?" "Fine. Good. Working a lot." I gesture with my grinding wheels. "You?" "Good. Really good." She glances at Trevor. "We're actually opening a wellness studio together." Of course they are. Of course their relationship is built on matching business goals and probably shared green smoothies. "That's great," I say, and I mean it. Kind of. Mostly, I mean, please let this conversation end. "You look tired," Jen says, and I can hear the pity in her voice. That's what breaks me. Not seeing her, not seeing him, but the pity. "Work's been busy," I say. "I should get going. Got a project to finish." I walk away before she can respond. I leave my cart right there in the aisle, grinding wheels and all, and walk out of the store. In my truck, I grip the steering wheel and breathe. She looked happy. She looked like leaving me was the best decision she ever made. Maybe it was. I drive home and I don't cry. I'm done crying over Jen. But I also don't know what I'm supposed to do next. How do you move forward when your past is out there opening wellness studios? That night, I re-download the dating app. Not because I want to, because I need to prove something. To Jen. To James. To myself, I'm not broken, I'm just a little worn. And worn things can still work. Her name is Sarah, and she's a teacher. We match on the app after I spend an hour updating my profile with photos that don't make me look like I'm plotting something. She messages first. Nice dog. What's his name? We message back and forth for 3 days. She's funny, easy to talk to. Tells me about a student who insisted the Civil War was fought with lightsabers. She doesn't mention her ex. She doesn't ask about mine. We agree to meet for coffee. Neutral territory. Escape routes available. I tell James I have a second date. He actually fist pumps. What's she like? Normal, I say. I think. It's hard to tell from texts. Where are you meeting? That coffee shop downtown. The one with the good muffins. Perfect. Public. Daytime. Smart move. James sounds like he's coaching me through a job interview. Remember, you're a catch. You've got your shit together. She's lucky you're giving her your time. Right, I say, not believing it. Mike, I mean it. You're solid. Loyal, hardworking, funny. Jen was an idiot who didn't see what she had. Sarah better not be an idiot. Low bar. Good, keep it there. Saturday morning. I change shirts 3 times. I settle on jeans and a flannel, casual but clean. I actually comb my hair instead of just wearing a hat. Bear watches me from his bed, judging. Wish me luck, I tell him. He yawns. I arrive at the coffee shop 15 minutes early. I order a black coffee and stake out a table by the window. I pull out my phone so I look busy instead of desperate. Sarah arrives exactly on time. She's shorter than her photos suggested, with an easy smile and paint-stained fingernails. She's wearing jeans and a sweater. She looks someone who actually lives in the real world. Mike? She smiles. It reaches her eyes. Hi. I stand, awkward, not sure if we're hugging or shaking hands or just nodding. She solves the problem by gesturing to the counter. I'm gonna grab coffee, be right back. She orders something simple, medium roast, black, and comes back to the table. So, she says, settling into the chair across from me, you're a welder. Fabrication shop, mostly structural steel, some artistic stuff on the side. That's cool. What kind of artistic stuff? Metal sculptures. Yard art, whatever people commission. I sip my coffee. What about you? What grade do you teach? 5th, 10 and 11-year-olds. Lots of energy. She grins. I like it though. They're honest, no filter. We talk for an hour about work, about the city, about a podcast we both listen to. It's easy, natural. She laughs at my jokes. I laugh at hers. She doesn't mention chakras once. Can I ask you something? Sarah says, playing with her coffee cup. Here it comes. The X question. The baggage check. Sure. Why welding? Like, what made you want to do that? Not what I expected. My grandpa, I say, he was a welder, taught me when I was 14. There's something about taking separate pieces of metal and making them one solid piece. Permanent. Strong. I shrug. I like that. Sarah nods. That's a good answer. What about you? Why teaching? She laughs. I like kids, and I'm bossy. Turns out there's a career for that. Fair enough. We talk for another hour. The coffee shop gets crowded. We move outside, walking down the street without a destination. This is nice, Sarah says. I haven't done this in a while. Dating? Yeah, my last relationship ended about a year ago. Needed some time to clear my head. I appreciate that she doesn't dump her entire history on me. Doesn't use me as a therapist. I get that, I say. I just got divorced a few months ago. That's rough. She sounds genuine. You doing okay? Getting there, it's a process. I bet. She stops walking, turns to look at me. Listen, I know this is forward, but can I take you to dinner sometime? Like actual dinner? My first instinct is to say no, to protect myself, to keep this light and casual and non-threatening. But Sarah is looking at me like I'm someone worth knowing, like I'm not damaged goods. Yeah, I say. I'd like that. Her smile gets bigger. Great. How about Friday? Friday works. We exchange numbers, real numbers, not just app messages. We hug goodbye. It's a good hug, not too long, not too short. I walk back to my truck feeling something I haven't felt in a long time. Hope. Dinner with Sarah goes well. Too well. We go to a steakhouse, not the chain kind, but the local spot where they know how to cook meat, and the owner actually walks around. Sarah orders wine without making a production of it. She asks about my day. She tells me about a parent-teacher conference that went sideways. We laugh, we share cheesecake. Her foot bumps mine under the table, and neither of us moves away. I really like you, she says as we walk to our cars. I really like you too. She kisses me. It's a good kiss, soft, Real. The kind that makes you forget about your ex-wife and her stupid yoga instructor. We start seeing each other regularly, twice a week, then 3 times. She texts me good morning. She asks how work went. She brings Bear fancy dog treats. It's easy. That's what scares me. Because nothing this good should be this easy. There should be catches. Red flags, warning signs. I start looking for them, analyzing every text for hidden meaning, waiting for her to cancel plans or mention another guy or reveal she's actually moving to Alaska. You're doing it again, James says over lunch at the shop. You're sabotaging. I'm not sabotaging, I'm being careful. You're inventing problems. He's right, I know he's right, but I can't stop. One night, Sarah and I are at my apartment watching a movie. Her head is on my shoulder. Bear is actually sitting on her lap, content. I think I'm falling for you, Sarah says during a commercial. My chest tightens. Sarah? She sits up, turns to face me. I know it's fast. I know you're still healing from your divorce, but I wanted you to know how I feel. I should be happy. I should say it back. I should lean into this good thing that's happening. Instead, I panic. I need to grab a beer. I go to the kitchen and grip the counter. My hands are shaking. This is what you wanted, I tell myself. Someone who cares, someone who isn't Jen. But what if she leaves? What if I let myself fall and she decides I'm not worth it? What if I'm not enough? There's a soft sound behind me. Mike, you okay? I turn around. Sarah is standing there concerned. I'm scared, I admit. Of me? Of this? Of getting hurt again? She steps closer. I can't promise I won't hurt you. Nobody can promise that, but I can promise I'll try my best not to, and I can promise I'm here because I want to be. How do I know you won't leave? You don't. That's the risk. She takes my hand. But you're worth the risk to me. Question is, am I worth the risk to you? I think about Jen, about the 10 years I gave her, about coming home to strange cars and sounds from our bedroom. I think about Amber and her unsolicited advice, about Home Depot encounters and pity. And I think about Sarah, about her easy smile and paint-stained fingers, about how she remembers I take my coffee black, about how she looks at me like I'm not broken. Yeah, I say, you're worth the risk. She kisses me. Deeper this time, full of promise. That night, I let myself believe it might actually work out. 2 weeks later, Sarah doesn't text me good morning. It's stupid to notice. It's stupid to care. But I do. I text her. Have a good day. No response. Not for hours. Not until I'm in the middle of a weld. Sorry, busy morning. Talk later? Something feels off. I can't explain it. Maybe it's my trauma talking. Maybe it's pattern recognition from watching my marriage crumble in slow motion. We're supposed to have dinner that night. She cancels an hour before. Something came up. Rain check? No explanation, no details. She's busy, James says when I call him. People get busy. Or she's pulling away. Don't do this. Don't manufacture a crisis. But the next day she cancels again. And the day after that, her texts are short, distant. I know this dance. I learned every step with Jen. So I do what I should have done months ago. I stop waiting for the other shoe to drop. I drop it myself. We should talk. I text Sarah. She calls immediately. What's wrong? You tell me. You've been distant. Silence. Then my ex called. He wants to work things out. And there it is. The catch. The red flag I knew was coming. Are you going to? My voice is steady. Welder voice. Professional. I don't know. I thought I was over him, but you're not. Mike, I really like you, but you're not over him. She sighs. I'm sorry. I thought I was ready. I wasn't fair to you. I should be devastated. I should be angry. I should feel like Jen all over again. Instead, I feel something different. Relief. Thank you, I say. For what? For being honest. For not stringing me along. For not making me find out another way. You deserve better, Sarah says. Yeah, I say, I do. We hang up. I sit in my quiet apartment. Bear jumps onto the couch next to me, and I realize something. I'm okay. Sarah choosing someone else doesn't mean I'm not enough. It means she had unfinished business. That's her problem, not mine. I'm not the broken weld that failed inspection. I'm the welder who knows his craft. 3 months later, I'm at a bar with James celebrating his birthday. I'm wearing a clean shirt. I'm laughing. I'm having a good time. I haven't been on a date since Sarah. Haven't even thought about the apps. I've been working on myself. Going to the gym, finally finishing those sculpture projects. Taking Bear on longer hikes. I've been learning to be happy alone. Turns out, it's not that hard once you stop seeing alone as failure. You look good, man, James says, clapping my shoulder. Like, really good. I feel good. And I mean it. For the first time since Jen left, I actually mean it. A woman approaches our table. She's attractive, long hair, nice smile, confident. Hi, she says, looking at me. I'm Michelle. Can I buy you a drink? 6 months ago, I would have said yes out of obligation. 3 months ago, I would have said yes out of desperation. Now, thanks, I say. But I'm good. She looks surprised. You sure? Yeah, I'm just here with my buddy. She nods, backing off gracefully. Have a good night. James stares at me. Did you just turn down a hot woman? I did. Why? I shrug. Because I didn't feel like it. Because I don't need to say yes to every woman who offers me attention. Because I'm fine on my own. James grins. Look at you, all emotionally healthy and shit. I have a good therapist. We order another round. We play pool. We talk about work and life and nothing serious. And then, across the bar, I see Jen. She's alone. No Trevor. No matching meditation outfits. She sees me. Waves. Walks over. Mike, wow, you look great. Thanks. I don't elaborate. Don't explain. Don't perform. Can we talk? She asks. James tenses beside me, ready to intervene. I touch his arm. It's fine. We step outside where it's quieter. Trevor and I broke up, Jen says. Sorry to hear that. Are you? She moves closer. Because I've been thinking about us, about what we had. I made a mistake, Mike. I should have fought harder for our marriage. 6 months ago, this would have destroyed me. 3 months ago, I would have considered it. Now? No, I say simply. No? No. You shouldn't have fought harder. You should have been honest. You should have told me you were unhappy instead of cheating. You should have treated me with respect. I cross my arms. But you didn't, and that's on you. I know I screwed up. You did. Massively, and I spent months thinking it was my fault, that I wasn't enough, that I was broken. I look her in the eye. But I'm not broken, Jen. I'm better. Better than I was with you. She blinks. I still care about you. That's nice. I don't care about you, not anymore. The words feel powerful, true. So that's it? Jen looks genuinely confused. You won't even consider. Nope, because here's what I learned. Trash takes itself out. You left. You did me a favor. Now I get to build a life without someone who didn't value me. Mike, I'm done here. Have a nice life, Jen. I walk back into the bar before she can respond. My hands aren't shaking. My vision isn't blurred. James is waiting. Well, she wanted me back. And I said no, because I'm worth more than being someone's backup plan. James pulls me into a hug. Damn right you are. We go back to celebrating. The music is loud. The beer is cold. I play pool like I've got nothing to prove, because I don't have anything to prove. Not to anyone but myself. Monday morning, I'm back at work. Coffee in hand, welding hood ready, whatever the job throws at me, I'm ready. My phone buzzes, a notification from the dating app I never deleted. You have a new match. I look at the profile. Her name is Emily. She's a nurse. She has cats. She likes hiking. She could be great. She could be another Amber. She could be another Sarah. Or she could be exactly what I'm looking for when I'm ready to look. I close the app without responding. Not yet. Not because I'm scared, but because I'm not in a hurry. I learned something these past months. Love isn't about filling a hole left by someone else. It's not about proving you're okay or winning or moving on. It's about being whole enough on your own that you can choose to share your life with someone, not because you need them, but because you want them. And right now, I'm learning to want myself first. James texts, proud of you, man. Beer this week? Definitely. My turn to buy. Why? Because I'm celebrating. What? Me. 3 dots. Then, hell yeah, brother, I slide my phone into my pocket and head to my workstation. There's metal to weld, things to build, coffee to drink, and somewhere out there, when I'm ready, there's someone who'll be worth the risk. Someone who'll see me, really see me, and stick around. But until then, I've got myself. And turns out, I'm pretty solid. Drop a comment and tell me your trash took itself out story. We're all healing here, and your story might help someone else realize they're not alone.